Good morning, everybody. We're back out here again today, and we've got Abilene separated out. I'm just going to do some work with her this morning. And just walked in the pen, and she's already kind of reset and approached me just a little bit. Wants to connect a little through some attachment, so we'll see how she feels about that. So right here, she already starts showing some tension in her face and body as we offer touch and increase proximity. So I'm going to stand here just a second and see if she can regulate that. See the tightness in her ears, around her eyes, and her jaw. So I'm just going to check in with myself, make sure I'm not doing some of the same things, and see that she can start to soften a little bit, and she does. And so then I'll just back up just a little bit. I'll come again and notice as I get closer where she starts to have this tension in her face and her body. Stop on that line. Help her relax a little. Well, when she attempts to connect with me, just step back a little bit. And so there, she was good until my hand came out and got close. Just stopped and noticed and held, waited, and then she made an attempt at connecting with it. So I'll step back again. So just notice the tightness in her lips, in her eye, and in her ear, up around her ears. And also notice all the things that she does in this process to release some of that tension. So we see similar patterns as before. She's interested in connecting and attaching to a certain point. Once we start asking her to step out here into this space that's less comfortable, we see that attachment and connection gets a little harder, but she's really trying and doing a good job today. Let me see if I can get her to come out all the way to this back fence. Just staying attached and connected. And you see there's moments in that she gets uncomfortable and disconnects. Just now we got reconnected. Oh, got me tripping over rocks over here. I know, sorry. That was too big of a mistake for you to tolerate out here, me tripping over a rock. That's okay. Tripping over a rock caused tension in my body. Abilene felt that tension. She was already out here in a space that's a little more uncomfortable for her. It was enough to make her kind of retreat back over to her safe spot. But she was able to reconnect and reattach here, and we'll just work on it again. And I like to see that she followed me out here. This is really as far as she's ever really attached and followed me out here to this edge. And you can see she's not real certain about it. And as I start walking over here, we see the disconnect. And watch where she goes back to. Right back over here. But she didn't retreat completely all the way in there. What's over here that you're worried about? Hmm? Anytime I ask her to make a step out here, it's a little harder. You'll see her retreat and disconnect. Come back in here. Of course, if I come back here asking her to come this way, she says, yeah, oh yeah, I'll come in here. It feels so much better in here. Says, I'll even let you scratch me a little in here because it feels a lot safer. How's that? Yeah, feel pretty good. Feel pretty good. Well, come on. Let's try it again. There you go. So there's a little step out here. And she's able to stay connected. Just notice some tension in her body, her lips quivering. Her breathing's pretty shallow. Tension in her ears, her head's up slightly. And so this is just a good gauge for her window of tolerance around that. I want to see her be able to relax a little bit in that, out here on this line, and stay connected. And she's doing a good job of staying connected. And so I'd like to see some of her ability to release, to notice some of the tension in her body and release it. And so I'm going to just be patient out here and give her some time to do that. There's a little bit of an effort. And so I'll step back in here, and she's stayed pretty connected, said, yeah, let's go back in there. And then we lost her just a little bit, so just a little pressure on her rear. Hi. Hi. There's a big deep breath. Yeah. Just notice the tension in her ears. This is still uncomfortable for her, even though she's kind of sinking into it a little bit. And that rhythm helps. I'd like to see her really relax those ears. Release some of that tension in her jaw. So I'm going to move you over to my dominant eye a little bit and explore that. And although she's not completely relaxed, she's in control of herself enough to say, yeah, let's explore that, and it's going to be okay to try that. I'd like to get her eventually to where she does relax a whole lot more than that, and so we just keep working. When she needs to step away and move, she gets to. Hard to trust that hand coming up at different speeds sometimes. Some of that scratching feels good, especially when it's on those muscles that you're just holding really tight there. And maybe help you release some of that in your jaw right there. Can you release some of that tension there? Okay to relax into some of that. So I'd really like to stay engaged in this touch long enough here that she's really able to relax into it. She's still fairly weary about it. Still not releasing the tension up here in those ears at all. Still got tension in her neck. Like to be able to stay engaged in this long enough that she can find a way to release some of that tension. I know I had to move a little bit there. I'm sorry. Start working up around these ears. Gets a little touchy. It's okay. Yeah. If I can work on those muscles, keeping those ears tight. Maybe we can encourage just a little relaxation there. What about the dominant ear? Oh, that's tough going all the way across there, isn't it? What about this ear? That one's tough. Do it with this hand. It's easier on me. Gonna start nuzzling me just a little bit. Is that a spot right there? Feels good. Good. Yeah. What do you think about all that scratching? Pretty good stuff? You want some more? You gonna nibble on my neck a little? Just experimenting as we're scratching. How hard, how fast, where. And she seems to like it really hard here on her neck. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh, Abby. Oh, right there. Yeah, is that where it is? When you lean on it too hard, I can't hardly hold your whole head up. Yeah. Yeah, you're a big girl. Okay, that's enough for that scratching. What do you think? You don't want to come out here. Well, come on, you can do it. Good girl. There you go. Very nice. And so I'll just turn around and come all the way back in for her. Says, oh, maybe I'll stay out here and check it out just a little bit. That's okay. So I'm going to just ask her to move into some detachment now that she's out there. And just kind of see. Because we were already detached. We just weren't really connected in it. And so just asking her to connect in that detachment a little bit. And the way I could tell we weren't connected is I put a little pressure on her rear while she was out there. She ignored it. I put a little more, she still ignored it. And so that's just a way for me to test, okay, you're out there checking that place out, but are you staying present here, or have you gone into this kind of avoidant, checked out grazing pattern because you feel uncomfortable out there? And so I just put a little pressure on her side and ask her to connect in that detachment out there. I want to see her exploring these parts of the pen, but I want to make sure she's present in how she does that. Good girl, Abilene. Well, can we do it together? Come on, let's do it together. What do you think? Breath. Well, come on. Good girl. A little tougher over here for some reason. Okay. So that was a lot. We did a full circle. That's really the first time we've done that much, covered that much ground staying mostly attached. Had to go back and ask a few times, but we're able to stay out there where she feels a little less comfortable, stay connected and attached for the most part, and go around. She starts chickening out sometimes, and I've got to ask her to come back out here. That's just a little pressure on her rear. You avoiding this corner over here? Don't avoid it. Yeah, you can come in here and see it. There you go. That was really nice, Abilene. Really starting to settle in to being connected with me for longer periods of time, which is great. And she ought to really like going this way, because this way she gets to put me and everything else on her non-dominant side if she wants to. She says, I don't know, that's getting tough. I'm going to retreat back in here, so I'm just going to keep pressure on her rear there till she reconnects, reattaches a little. Come on. You can check it out a little. Is that chicken threatening you? You don't want to step over here to this chicken? You're going to disconnect? Okay. That's okay. We'll try it again. That hand coming up to reach out for touch still bothers her a little bit, especially when she's not expecting it. And she pulls back from it. I want to see her lean in and relax just a little bit. There you go. I know that was tough. Good job. Yeah, I know that was tough. Good girl. Nice job, Abilene. All right. Why don't you try it yourself this time? Now really get out there. Really out there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Don't avoid it. Yeah, don't. I know that corner's scary. Let's go look at that corner a little bit. Can you really look at it? There you go. That was a lot better. You still don't really like that corner either, do you? No. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, you just now? Okay. Yeah. Nice. Follow me into that corner a little bit. About we do some scratching over here. Huh? Hmm. You know, I think it's a neat experience to have to be touching a horse in a way that she's not certain. And to be able to stand here with her history of wanting to bite you and let her touch you in a way that you're not certain. And you both can kind of understand how each other's feeling in that. If she starts to nibble on me with her lips a little bit, and I don't like that because it feels a little vulnerable and I have to trust her a little bit, and I tell her, I'll quit that. Then what is the message I'm starting to send to her? And as long as she's doing it in a way that's respectful and concerned about how it affects me, then I want to let her be able to figure out how to do that too. And just recognize that's the very same thing she's experiencing as I move in to scarier places on her body. And so the best thing I can do to model that for her is to be able to take a big old deep breath, stay really connected to how she's touching me, and make decisions in every moment as to whether or not it's going to be something that hurts me or something that doesn't. Because that's exactly what I'm asking her to do. It's too much, too fast. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll try be a little more careful here as we move our way back. And so just rhythmically scratching down her neck here. As we start moving back, she starts to get uncomfortable, feels the need to move away, and that's just good information. And she says, well, especially when we're in a space that doesn't feel as comfortable to me out there, it's going to be 2 times as hard as maybe in here where it feels a little more comfortable. Let me go this side. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I'll go this side and see. And we may not be able to get as far back until we really get really good relaxation up here where she does feel comfortable. If she's already holding some tension in her body as we start working back on it, it's going to be a lot harder for her to tolerate that. And so we may have to work up here a little longer, get her to really, really, really relax with this touch up here. And once she's in that place, and we start working back. And there she's able to tolerate me going back a little further. I'm coming back up. I noticed it was hard. Yeah, there we go. And come back up, get her re-regulated. And then try it again, go back a little. Find that line. And all the while be paying really good attention to her body, how she's feeling about it. Oh, I like to see that she can actually look at it as I'm going back there, so I'll move back up. Anytime she really connects with what's happening back here, I'm going to come back up. I want her to learn that really connecting with the things happening back here is what's going to get her needs met. Being relational, that's what's going to get her needs met. And there, she leans into it again, and so we just come back up here. Just notice as she notices even my body shifting further back to reach places. Being aware of how that affects her. Well, we're all the way down her back. I believe that's the furthest back we've gotten, touch-wise. And I believe it's the furthest back my body's been on her body at this close proximity. And I like to see her lean in and notice me here and stay relaxed. And when she does that, I'm going to acknowledge it and come back up here and connect with her just a little. And she says, okay, that was quite a bit. I'm going to reposition you just a little here. That's okay. Need a little break from it. Yeah. She says, but we can get a little more friendly up here if you want. Yeah. And we try it again. No, I like that. I like that. Oh. Oh. Let's walk it off a little. There's a lot of tension you can hold in your body just standing still for that stuff. Yeah, I know I can in my neck, everywhere. Shake it out a little. You got an itch. Flies, you want me to get them? You want me to scratch your belly a little bit? What do you think? Oh. That initial approach for touch is still something that's a little tough. Still a little hard to trust. There you go. It's a good breath. I'm going to work on this side a little. Yeah, I took a big deep breath. I did. Yeah, I did. I took a big deep breath. Feeling a little anxiety about me getting further back on her neck here, down towards her shoulder. And so we'll just reset. Work on it some more. That was nice. She says, I kind of like you scratching behind my ears. Kind of feels good, don't it? Work those muscles there that you use to hold that tension in your ear there. Release some of that. It's got to feel pretty good to massage that old hard muscle there. Yeah. Yeah. Scratch it harder. About as hard as I can scratch it. Yeah. About as hard as I can scratch it. Oh. Pretty good. Some more? Okay. So let's try working our way down a little bit. So just notice right about here, those ears get a little tight, neck gets a little tight, starts moving back a little. That's kind of the line I want to work. See if she can relax. She tries to look away and avoid it. There, she kind of connects with me a little bit, and so I'll move back up. Right there, she starts getting concerned, so we'll stop right in that area. And just want to see her acknowledge it, relax into it a bit if she can. And just notice the battle between her body and her brain. Yeah. Started to lean away from it, then she kind of had a thought, and she tensed up and kind of leaned forward back into it. So I'll just reward that a little bit, recognize that that was a pretty good try. She didn't relax completely. She actually tensed up a little, but she did so to kind of move her body into it a little bit. Something she's going to have to continue to practice. And as our relationship builds, it'll get easier and easier to trust that when I'm moving into an area like this, that I'm going to be safe and respectful. Okay, couple minutes left. And we've moved past that line. She's still not able to get really relaxed. She's holding a lot of tension, but oh, there she kind of acknowledges that touch is happening back there, and so I'll just bring it back up. Now let's work down just a bit again. We really start making progress when she gets to the point that she can acknowledge the touch and look at it. Because when she can acknowledge it and look at it, she can say, oh, well, that's not so bad. I'm getting this story in my head that that's bad, but once I actually look at it and see what's going on, I get a different take on reality. And that's something I really want to help her learn. is to connect to that scary thing and see if it's actually really scary. Just like that. And that was really nice. I ventured back a little further. She leaned into it, checked it out. I'm gonna come back up. Gonna scratch her here as we leave off. Go back to this place that feels really good for her. And we see that she's stayed connected and all of that. And we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, y'all.